So in today's video, we are going to talk about questions you should ask the owner before buying a property. So the first question will be, why are you moving?
And this is a very important question. Why? Because you want to know the reason why they're selling. Could it be that they lost their job, they need to move because of family issues, or stuff like that? And then you can see how motivated the seller will be. So to question number 2, what are the average expenses for the property?
So that's a really good question. Before you buy a property, you want to have cleared the HOA and the utilities. These two costs are going to depend on the area where the property is going to be located. Why? Because here in Colombia, we have different stratus, which means 0 and 1 pay almost 0, and then 5 and 6 are the stratus that pay the most. Then you want to have cleared the property tax of the property you're acquiring. This is going to change once the price on the deed changes, but you want to know an approximate in the internet. So these are the 4 expenses that you want to have cleared before buying the property. For question number 3, you want to know what are good amenities around the community.
And those amenities could be, is there any good schools close by? Is there any shopping mall? Is there any ATM? Is there any famous restaurants close by? You can ask the seller, why do you like to live here? What is close here that you really appreciate as a day-to-day thing? And you can see what their response will be.
So question number 4 will be, how much do you pay for your home?
And this is obviously a very good question, because then you can see how much should they be willing to sell this property for now based on how much they bought it for. But a lot of sellers is not going to give you a straight answer to a question like this. So we recommend to have this question in mind. So we recommend to make this question a little bit more subtle. For example, oh, so you have lived in this home for how long? Okay, 5 years. Oh, okay, the 5 years, the average price per square meter here has gone up by 3 millones. So did you buy your property for 300 millones? Or did you get a really good deal back then? So you make questions like that, and there is a bigger chance that the owner actually will give an answer on this, and then it will be easier for you to do comparison on how much your offer should be.
So for next question, have there been any major repairs?
Yeah, so if there has been any major repairs on the property, it's very important to know. And why? Because normally when you do major repairs on the exterior, then the HOA, the administration, goes up, or they add extra quotes for that month it takes to pay it off. So you want to know this so you can have that in mind when you do the offer in the end of the deal. So if the administration is going up by 50% next year, it's obviously going to affect your investment, and therefore you should offer a lower purchase price.
So for our next question, were there any structural changes?
Yeah, good question. And here in Colombia, I would be more concerned or have this in mind if I go to older property. Some of the properties here are like 30, 40 years old, and a lot of the times there have been bigger changes in this property during the decades that have been passed by. So you want to know if there have been any major changes like this, because there can have been, and here in Colombia not always there is a certificate people who do these changes. So if there has been, you should definitely take a structural engineer there and see so there is no risk is buying this property per se. And now Camila is going to tell us about the conclusions from this video.
Yeah, so what we want to suggest you is that you ask as many questions as you can to the owner, because this is going to work as a leverage when it comes time to negotiate the property.
And if you have any more questions about the buying process here in Colombia, make sure to put them in a comment here in the video, and we will respond to them in the next video.
So please leave in the comments some other questions that you will ask to the owners.
And as usually, don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, and check the next video.